Welcome back to Netflix and Chill.
Alright guys, so you're going to want to stick around until the very end of this episode because we'll be announcing the winner from the last episode's Cult of Chucky signed Blu-ray contest.
That's right.
There's been many firsts here on Netflix and Chill, and today is no different. Today marks the first day that we start reviewing TV shows.
That's right. Everybody likes binge watching TV shows on Netflix. So do we. And today we're going to review
Stranger Things 2.
Okay, so today we're going to change things up yet again. What we're going to do is one of us, whoever loses in rock, paper, scissors, is going to have to deliver a synopsis of Stranger Things Season 2 after eating a tortilla chip that's been doused with a bunch of hot sauce. What kind of pepper do we have this week?
This week, we got Maritime Madness's Ultimate Giver Carolina Reaper sauce.
Carolina Reaper, that is the hottest pepper. If you guys go back to our other video where we do that hot pepper challenge, this is it again, but a different one.
This is different. This one might even be a little bit hotter.
Best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Oh! Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Winner, Daniel.
Oh, man. I lost this game 2 weeks in a row. What did I do? What did I do to deserve this?
This is going to be crazy.
Okay.
What's Stranger Things about, Jordan? Tell us, please. Stranger Things Season 2. Come on, man.
Okay. Stranger. I got this. Stranger Things Season 2. Will Byers. You remember him, first season. Little kid goes missing. He's trapped in an upside down world. This time, he's back. But he's not trapped. He's seeing visions of a big tentacle monster who's taken over the city of Hawkins. And it takes him down this rabbit hole, which of course reveals when the upside down world is trying to bleed into Hawkins. So, familiar group of little kid friends from the first season trying to stop this from happening. At the same time, the cop, Hopper, has sort of fostered Eleven and it unfolds as a TV show will, episodically, with many a cliffhanger and many a payoff. Oh, so Stranger Things, I don't know, it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a good show. I think it carries on from the first season. All the things that we loved about the first season, the dynamic between all the kids and the friends, that still carries over to the second season.
Yeah, I mean, to talk about Stranger Things 2 without talking about spoilers would be probably pretty dull. So we're going to talk about spoilers, obviously, in this thing. So if you don't want to know any of the spoilers, you just want to know what our rating is of this film out of beer cans, then just skip to this time code that you see right here, this time code.
Yeah, but I'll start off with a couple of things that I actually didn't like about Stranger Things Season 2. One thing that every Season 2 will do is they'll introduce new elements to the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Stranger Things 2, they introduce new characters.
Yeah.
Mainly, they introduced Billy.
Yes.
The older bully character, and his younger sister, the stepsister, Max. Max was great. I think she did a great job, and she vibed well with the rest of the cast, the original cast members. But Billy, I just didn't like how there was no kind of character arc and there was no growth with that whole character. He just started off as being this really ignorant person, very mean, hostile, and he doesn't really grow or evolve.
No.
I gotta say though that Billy's character, I agree with you that he doesn't have a character arc, and at the end of the season, he's like hasn't learned anything.
Still the same.
He's still the same. He's still an asshole. But at the same time, I kind of like him in this show because he's just an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. Like, there's no reason for him to be in this show except for him to just be like a problem.
Yeah.
And he's just over the top. I don't know if you've seen his audition for that role, but it's like
I didn't.
GQ put it up. We'll obviously show a clip. It's insane, and it's actually pretty good.
But these are new hit friends?
No, I don't know that.
Well, how about I try and hit them then? Do I get bonus points if I get them all in one go?
Billy!
But Billy, there's nothing there,
No.
right? There's nothing there. There's no growth.
No.
So he's somebody that's like kind of like.
He's
Yeah.
essentially a disposable character, and that's what I felt with like a lot of this season too. Is that the new characters that they were introducing like didn't need to be introduced. Like the show would have worked without them. I thought that the introduction of like two characters that must have come from huge inspirations to the Duffer Brothers. They have Sean Astin in this, and they have Paul Reiser in this. So Sean Astin, of course, was in the Goonies, right? This was a big inspiration. They got him on there. They got Paul Reiser, who played Burke in Aliens, right?
He's dead. You're dog meat, pal.
I recently did some research and looking back at Stranger Things season 1. Now, I don't know if you remember, but in the very first episode of Stranger Things 1, when Eleven ends up at this diner, this guy, like the guy who owns the diner, takes her in and like looks after her and he calls someone. I found this young girl here. I don't know what to do. And then the lab sends over some people and he's like, oh yeah, the girl's there. And then they kill the guy. You remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Like, what happened to Hawkins' lab people, like, killing people over their secrets getting out? I mean, this season they don't... It's like they're very nice. Like, I don't know, there's a complete change in their heart. The first season they would murder people to keep their secrets. But in this season, it's like Nancy and Jonathan are, trying to talk about Barb, and then they set up this elaborate sort of hoax where, like, multiple people look like they're going to cause them harm, but then they just drive them to the lab and say, like, listen, we're keeping this all under wraps because it's better for everybody. And they just give, like, a really, like, understandable explanation to it and then just let them leave. It made it out, like, in the first season that it was kind of like
a government conspiracy.
Like, yeah.
Like that, I think that was based solely on the Montauk Project.
Yeah.
So the Montauk Project was this, like, government conspiracy in, like, the 1980s in the U.S., and apparently they did a lot of experiments on, like, children.
Oh, really?
And apparently Stranger Things, the working title for Stranger Things was called the Montauk Project.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. Can we fact check that? So in the second season of Stranger Things, they have 9 episodes. The first season of Stranger Things had 8 episodes, so you get 1 bonus episode this time. And that 1 bonus episode they use to completely veer off the track of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And they show you a glimpse of their attempt to make an X-Men show on the side.
They wanted to create this kind of subplot where Eleven ventures off to Chicago and meets up with this gang of essentially criminals.
It's a gang of cartoon criminals. It's a gang of cartoon criminals. There's like a guy with a fucking falcon mohawk. It's all different colors.
And that's also, by the way, the lowest rated episode of the second season.
Makes sense.
And it makes sense, right?
It doesn't feel like a Stranger Things episode.
Yeah, and the thing is, they never come back to anything that happened in that episode. Like, they don't build on it.
No, but yeah, it's true. I'm sure they're going to in the later seasons connect the dots, but within the context of this season, like, that episode didn't need to be in this season, and it would have played exactly the same, if not probably better, because it just sort of screws up the pacing of the episodes. So I think Stranger Things 2, I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as the first one. I think that it's got a case of sequelitis. It's just kind of the same thing, but with extra things that don't make it feel as wholesome, I guess. But at the same time, there's a lot of likable moments. I think that... I had this idea. I think this could have been great. Remember that episode where Hopper is looking after Eleven and they get into the big fight?
Yeah.
I thought that 11 was going to lose her mind and like liquefy Hopper's brains with her mind, because she can do that. She did that to a lot of people that worked at the lab in the first season. So I was like thinking, oh my god, she's just going to let her emotions get the better of her. She's going to accidentally kill Hopper, who we all love, and it's going to be this horrible thing. And then I thought, she's going to end up then leaving, and then she'll meet up with Mike again, and then the whole town's going to be wondering, where did Hopper go? And then they're going to have to go on this mystery to find out where Hopper is. Meanwhile, 11 knows damn well that she killed him. And Mike's like, there's no way that it could be 11, though, because I know 11 and I trust her so much. Kind of like what they did with Logan, with Professor X. He's basically become like a weapon of mass destruction because in his state of dementia, he can't handle his own capabilities with his superpowers. So I thought that would be a cool angle for Stranger Things to take, but then they didn't.
One of the key critiques of season 2 is that it's lost its kind of originality. I think with like the first season, Winona Ryder's character, she tried to connect with Will through like the Christmas lights, right? And now in season 2, they also did the same thing where she's like picking up the pieces, trying to put it all together and find out what's happening. And it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
There's no way that anyone could
make sense of that.
put like a map together out of these, like, because some of them are just like pure straight lines, right?
Yeah. It'd be completely arbitrary, the designation of these different paths. It makes no sense at all. I think one thing that I didn't like about this whole season was that literally the ending scene is like the very first scene of the season. We start off with Will's vision of the tentacle monster on top of Hawkins, and then the very last scene is like the tentacle monster on top of the school during the prom, and I was like, oh, so nothing's been achieved. Alright, so it didn't take us long to come to this conclusion. We're going to rate Stranger Things 2 7 out of 10 beer cans. Check it out. Alright, here we go. This one's for you, Finn Wolfhard. Is that a real name? Finn Wolfhard? That doesn't sound real.
Apparently. Now, if I were Billy, I'd probably drink this and smash this over my head.
This one's for you, Burke. Okay, this one's to my main man, Hopper, you know? I love that guy. He's such a good soul. Did you notice his bracelet? You know about Hopper's bracelet? So Hopper has a bracelet that he wears on his wrist that, if you look at season 1 to the flashbacks of his daughter who died, she had a hair tie. There's this blue hairband, and he wears that on his wrist to remember his daughter. And at the end of season 2 of Stranger Things, 11 is wearing the band. So he's taken her as his own daughter. It's so heartfelt. So to you, Hopper, you know, keep on hopping.
Ooh.
And there you have it. 7 out of 10. All right, so now we're going to announce the winner of our contest. We have a bowl of subscribers here. All of our subscribers are in this bowl, and we have this autographed copy of The Cult of Chucky signed by the cast and crew. So we're going to shake this up here. We're going to pick a random winner. And let's see who we got.
But suspense is killing me.
Okay, all right. Got one here. No peeking. All right. So the winner is. Are you ready for this?
Drum roll.
Rashad Muhammad.
Rashad Muhammad, you are the winner of this signed copy of Cult of Chucky on Blu-ray.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.